Barstow, attending since preschool and graduates as the class of 2022's co-salutatorian. She is a Congressional Award Gold Medalist and a member of Barstow's chapter of the Cum Laude Society and National Honor Society. Additionally, she has excelled in Spanish as a member of the Spanish Honor Society and winning Best Overall Spanish Mystery at the 2021 University of Central Missouri Film Festival. Lorelei has been a member of the volleyball team throughout upper school, and next fall, she plans to attend the University of Missouri-Columbia.
Welcome everybody, and thank you all for joining the class of 2022 to celebrate the final leg of our high school journey. My name is Lorelei Culver, and I am very grateful that I have the opportunity to speak with you all today. Now, truth be told, I was a little bit wary about giving a speech simply because I wasn't sure what my topic should be or how I would fill up my time. So I stopped by Ms. Zimmerman's room, and the initial stages of the speech were prompted along by questions like, what will you remember fondly about your grade? And what are some happy memories you all share? As I began reminiscing on the last 15 years I've spent at Barstow, my mind went blank. I sat there in her room, unable to bring up any joyful field trip or concert or random funny moments. I walked out of there with two new pieces of information. One, my memory was not nearly as good as I thought it was. And two, we humans possess something called an innate negativity bias. It works like this. We only recognize when our body is in pain or is uncomfortable. For instance, right now, I am noticing that my feet are hurting from wearing these heels all weekend. But I had never previously acknowledged all the times when my feet weren't in pain, because that seems like the default setting. Same concept as when you get a stuffy nose and can't breathe. You sit there, miserable, and think about all the times when you could breathe easily and didn't take advantage of it. While this may be a helpful survival instinct where our bodies are telling us about the bad so we can fix it quickly, it often causes us to only recognize the good while we're experiencing something bad. And I know I'm guilty of this. Take about 2 weeks ago, for instance, when we were trying to finish out our senior year while simultaneously preparing for AP tests. Spending long hours preparing for the terrifying speaking portion of the AP Spanish exam made me realize that I didn't have to deal with any of the stress or frustration freshman year. Looking back, the first year of high school was, for the most part, fun and carefree, yet I couldn't see it at the time. I was constantly worried about grades and volleyball. Every day I would talk to Nora about my big Algebra 2 project I was stressing about, or the upcoming English paper we had. I didn't truly get to enjoy all the good experiences, until now, 4 years later. It makes me think of a line from The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. The narrator says, "We thought we had such problems. How are we to know we were happy?" It's that pesky negativity bias. We only see the bad until something worse comes along. So, class of 2022, capitalize on these happy moments and make them count. Really feel them. Engage in the now. We're all going to be freshmen again in just a few short months, and I want you all to be sure to live in the moment. Kurt Vonnegut once said, "I urge you to please notice when you are happy and exclaim or murmur or think at some point, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is." You know what? I have a better idea. Let's actually practice this act of acknowledging our gratitude and happiness for this moment. Our brains are wired to better encode memories for retrieval later on when multiple senses are utilized. So let's use them. Right now, I'd like everyone, graduates, family, and faculty, to take a second to appreciate the sights and the sounds of this space. Take a moment to see the faces of those you love, the simple gift of being here together now. I'm sure a majority of us are familiar with the kids' song, "If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands," right? So let's try it. Grads, steady your flowers on your lap. I'm going to need your participation. Is everybody ready? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. All right, that went over much better than I anticipated. Vonnegut would be proud of us. The point of that exercise was to show it's truly that easy to recognize our happiness in the moment. I'm not saying you have to sing the song or do the motions every time you feel it, but take Vonnegut's advice and train yourself to notice. And speaking of noticing happiness, it turns out I did actually have a few happy memories once I thought about it. I'd like to share them with the class of 2022 before we say our final goodbyes. I remember that in lower school, there was a group of us who would have to stay late after school in extended care. Shout out Mr. Dan. A group of us would always swing on the swings by the big tree, back when the swings were still surrounded by those giant blue PVC pipes. And we would try to swing higher than Kenny Fox, who at the time was our TA. We thought we were the coolest kids ever for reaching above his head. In gym class with Coach White and Coach Huppy, we used to play scooter soccer in this weird crab walking game with a giant pink blow-up ball that was probably 3 feet tall. At the end of the game, we would always have a competition to see which group would put on their shoes the fastest. In 4th grade with Mrs. Roper, we would do 100 math problems in 60 seconds, and if you completed them all, you got a picture on the math wizard wall wearing a giant purple hat with stars. Long before I freaked out about the AP Spanish exam, I thought that this was the most stressful thing I'd ever encountered in my life. Boy, was I wrong. And I remember in one of our many concerts with Mr. Dickerson, we sang Kuafu Raha, and we did an iconic hand motion. Everyone, I'm gonna need you to do it on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And that went down in the history with our grade. I'm sure in the upcoming months there will be plenty more memories shared, as well as many conversations had about the future and what college may hold in store for us. But don't forget to take some time for the now. Appreciate your friends and your family while we're still all here in the same place, and confess your joy when you feel it, whether aloud or simply in your head. Congrats to the class of 2022. I'm so proud of how far we've all come. One last time, remember, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Thank you.